Well, hello, Year 5 and Year 6. Well, we've nearly reached the end of our time doing our newspaper article. Now, I hope you can see this because this has got all of our things that we're going to be thinking about with our editing. If you haven't finished your newspaper article, then you've still got time today to finish it off and get it all so that you're happy with it. And then what I'd like you to do is to spend about 10 minutes on each one of these editing stations. So the first one then is about spellings. You know that you need to make sure that your spelling is correct, okay? And especially when we get to the homophones, because you know that some words are spelt differently, aren't they? So you need to make sure that you're really being careful about your spelling. So I want you to spend a good 5-10 minutes looking through your work, making sure everything is spelt correctly. If you've got a dictionary at home, then use your dictionary to help you. And also make sure that you're using anything else that you need. On here it says a persuasive word map, but if you remember, we've got a passive word map, haven't we, that we've been using. So use that to help you with your spelling as well. Okay. And then the other station that I want you to have a look at, so once you've done your spellings and you've spent a good 10 minutes looking at your spelling, maybe thinking about changing some of your words, I want you to have a go at the punctuation. All right. I want to see full stops in the right place, commas in the right place, and capital letters. Don't forget if you're using colons, because you can use colons when you're going to then go into direct speech. That's fine. Remember, if you're doing direct speech, it needs to be a capital letter next, okay? And then carry on with the rest of your quote. All right. These slides are on your or in your blog as well, so that you can go back to them and look at each one and make sure that you're that you've done all these things that I've asked you to do. Your layout features. So we're thinking about our passive voice, aren't we? And we're using our newspaper article to show our passive voice writing, okay? So things we need to think about and remember that we've done is your headline. You might not have done that yet because a few people have left that until the end because they needed more time to come up with a really punchy headline. Don't forget your pictions and your captions. You don't need to say this is a photo of. I can see that it's a photo. You just need to tell me what it is a photo of, okay? Introduction, so good couple of lines telling us about actually what's going on in this article. When did we see these UFOs? What time was it? Whereabouts was it? And then you can go into the detail about who saw it and all their reaction to seeing this UFO. Okay, and that is all that bit there needs to go in that main body. And don't forget, in your main body of your text, we need those quotes. Those quotes are going to be the active voice we're going to hear through your newspaper article. Okay, so make sure that all of those things are included in your writing. So formal. Now this is a bit of that passive voice, isn't it? So we need to be really thinking very carefully about what we're including in that passive voice. Okay, so the things that we don't want to see is not use the contractions. Use do not rather than don't. Okay, we don't want to see lots of contractions in your writing. Okay, so those passive verbs we want to see. So Swan class have debated. Okay, so remember you're using quite a lot of past tense in your writing. So thinking about those language choices. So we've got here using consider rather than think about. Okay, so think about, is it formal enough, or have I gone into as if I was talking to my friend? All right, or if I'm writing a story. Remember, this is a really formal piece of writing that we're asking you to think about doing. All right, so when you go through the editing bit, have a look. Have I written it nice and formal, or have I written it as if I'm writing to my friend? Okay, if that's the case, then you need to do quite a bit of editing on that. And then the tense. So you're going to be writing in a past tense because your passive sentences are going to be reporting on something that has already happened. Okay, the active bits, the things that you're going to write in the present tense, are your quotes. Okay, but again, some of those quotes are going to be referring back to something that's happened. Okay, because as you as a reporter, you were on site and you were asking all these people all these different things, but some of those quotes are going to be written as if they're talking about what has happened. Okay, so some of your quotes might be about that it's happening now, and so I wanted to be talking about it now, and then some of it might be something that's happened in the past, so you're going to be writing it in a past tense. Okay, so happy with that? I hope so. Okay, well, I hope that you've enjoyed doing your newspaper article about a UFO. I can't wait to see them, and I know that you've been doing lots of things about reading this week as well, so keep reading, and we look forward to seeing you all back on Monday. Take care and stay safe.